my God, this has been such a long time. Hey everyone, I'm Amanda. I feel like I need to reintroduce myself, while also introduce myself to a lot of you who may not know me, but hi, I'm Amanda, and I am the creator of K&L Bentos. This video today is just kind of a whole introduction of who I am, what I'm doing, and what I hope to do in the very near future. Excuse the washing machine noises you hear in the background. I am a mom, so my job is never done. My kids are upstairs taking a nap, thank God, so I'm gonna try to make this video as concise as possible. Also, I have notes here in front of me, so if you see me periodically look down, that's what I'm looking at. Also, I may look at myself, because I haven't filmed a video in a very long time. All right, so as an introduction, like I said, I'm Amanda. I'm a 30-something-year-old mom of two, and I have been dabbling in the YouTube social media world for a little bit now, and you probably have seen me elsewhere. I've done a few things here and there. I've tried to be on YouTube, be a YouTuber when I was in Japan, and it was all right. I went back as far as like 2009, documenting when I first went to Japan. I studied abroad for a year in Nagoya, but that channel is now defunct because of not doing things right with copyrighted music and whatnot. Long story. And then I went back to Japan in 2012 with the JET program. I've also done an interview with the Japan Times newspaper with Baye McNeil, and I'll leave the description or the link in the description box below. I've done an interview with him talking about being a Black woman in Japan. I've also done a documentary with Rachel and June about being Black in Japan. I had a few YouTube channels when I was teaching, and then when I first met my husband and we got married. And then since then I kind of like took videos down and have kind of like just been, I don't know how I feel about being on YouTube. That's why it's taken so long for me to make this video. And one of the reasons why I think I stopped making YouTube videos is because we had a huge change. You know, I had my kids in Japan, and then my husband got a really great job opportunity, and so we moved to America, and reverse culture shock is a thing. Also postpartum depression stuff, like it just kind of felt overwhelming trying to do YouTube and capturing so many things. And so I kind of took a step back. But now, due to growth and a lot of changes in my life, I feel like I'm maybe a little ready to dive back into it, but in a completely different realm. That's kind of like an overview of my life on YouTube, I guess, and social media. But I kind of want to go back and talk a little bit about what's brought me to this new channel and what I plan on doing with that. I've always been like in love with Japan, big Japanophile. Never thought that I would ever have the opportunity to visit Japan, let alone live and work there and start a family there. But yet I did have that opportunity, and like, obviously life-changing. I've always been interested in Japan. I've always had like a huge appreciation for the culture and was always drawn to it somehow. And in the midst of living there and working there and starting a family there, I learned everything that I know about being a wife, being a mother, and cooking when I was in Japan, while I was in Japan. Everything, all of my foundation on all of those things is practically Japanese. I feel like I've learned so much over the years. Like I said, I got married back in 2014, and from then I have been learning how to cook, primarily Japanese food. And I got a lot of inspiration from physically being there and being surrounded by Japanese magazines and cooking shows and everything about raising your kids in Japan, and meeting so many different people who have like inspired me and have, you know, taught me all kinds of different things, from how to make or what foods to eat to ensure that you have like healthy and nutritious breast milk, to, you know, taking me to different kinds of Japanese restaurants. So I've had those kinds of experiences that have helped mold where I'm at now in my cooking journey. But like I said, we lived in Japan for a period of time, and now we are currently living in America, and we have been in America for the past almost 3 years. At first, we lived in California, and I feel like that was such a nice like transition into being in a foreign country like Japan, and then being in America. And California is just like a huge hub for Japanese people. So we still had a lot of access to Japanese foods, supermarkets, like all kinds of Japanese things. And so it wasn't too much of a like complete change. We were still able to eat Japanese foods and get the kinds of products and stuff that we were used to. But also I did have to learn how to cook and do things with Trader Joe's and Ralph's. So I feel like that was a very interesting and kind of trying experience as well. In the midst of that, my kids started going to preschool. And we were very fortunate to be able to enroll them in a bilingual preschool that was both Japanese and English. And at that first school, I had to make them lunch every single day. Let's just say that it was very tedious but yet exciting experience for me, because since I already knew a good bit about Japanese food, I always had a love and appreciation for bentos. And this was like, I had an actual legit reason to like sit down and make them. And so for about a year straight, I made bentos Monday through Friday for both of my girls and for my husband. Try to document them as much as possible. You can go back if you want to look on Instagram under KL Bentos. I documented like definitely like the first year of making their bentos. It was great learning experience, a lot of fun. And I think that's what really helped me to get to where I am now when it comes to bento making. And since then, we have moved across America. We're now on the East Coast in New Jersey. And yet again, we are still in a very fortunate position to still have Mitsuwa, which is a Japanese supermarket. We have Daiso and a plethora of Korean supermarkets. I feel very fortunate, and I want to continue to hone my skills when it comes to Japanese cooking and bento making. Now that we're here on the East Coast, my girls are still fortunate enough to be in a full-blown Japanese yochien or kindergarten. And I don't have to make bentos as much, which is a relief, but also kind of, I feel a little lonely. I miss making bentos all of the time. Now I just make bentos for my husband, which he is very much meat and potatoes, meat and rice kind of guy. So his bentos are very basic. But for the girls, they have bento days only a few days a month. So I don't get to make bentos as much, but it has made me want to make those specific bento days like, you know, an event. And on the other days that they don't have bentos, they're eating kyushoku, just school lunch, which is nice. I don't have to think about it. And they're very healthy meals. It's great. So like I said, I started K&L Bentos on Instagram to kind of document all of the bentos and meals that I've been cooking for my family over the past, almost 2 years now, I think. And I also created a Facebook page that kind of just like funnels all of those pictures on there, but also offers another way for me to interact with people, and also to share like really interesting articles and videos that I find about not only Japanese food, but like cooking in general, because I'm still very much in the learning phase of like my whole cooking journey. I'm just kind of using it as a place to aggregate like all of these things that like I'm interested in and hoping to learn from, and sharing it with other people who may be interested as well. Since I've been doing that, I also have embarked on this new kind of like business venture where I want to like make bento goods and just Japanese cooking stuff a little more accessible, because obviously it's like extremely accessible in Japan, and in the places that I've lived in America so far, I definitely see how accessible it is for me. But I know and have heard from supporters and followers that I have that they don't even get to see a lot of Asian foods or Asian like cooking tools or whatnot. So I created this Etsy page, K&L Bentos, and it's just handpicked goods that I've been able to find and hope to share with those who are interested in bento making or Japanese cooking. All of the tools that like I use in my own kitchen and things that I know that are helpful in bento making. And I know bentos is like a very niche market, a very niche group, but it's what I enjoy and I'm very passionate about it. And if others are passionate about it as well or want to try their hands at it, hopefully I can provide at least a place to find some stuff easily, and hopefully over time I can, you know, introduce y'all to different places to find all kinds of just cooking products, even like rice and whatnot. I'm still very early on in this whole business venture and I have so much to learn, but I know the key to it all is to just start. And so this is my start. It's kind of fumbling and all over the place, but I have had like such amazing support from people who've been following me for years. I have people who've been following me before my oldest daughter was born, and that's like 5-6 years ago. And I have an amazing friend named Tamara who is doing so much to help me through this all, and I can't even thank her enough. I'm just excited to kind of share this all with you guys. And I mean, if it's successful or not, I think I just enjoy the documentation of it all. That's where I'm at right now. And I don't really know where I'm going with this, but I do plan on making some just basic videos, just at least showing you guys what I'm cooking. I definitely want to make a video using the bento boxes that I have available on my Etsy shop, kind of just show how I have been using them and, you know, in the future, what different ways I use them and the different products that I have as well. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. Thanks so much for those of you who have been following me for years, even in the midst of me like disappearing from YouTube, disappearing from social media. I'm back and this is what I'm doing now, and hopefully it's interesting and fun. So let me know what you guys think. Let me know how long you've been following me if you already know me. Let me know what your thoughts are on bentos and anything that you're interested in learning about, either bentos or Japanese food. Like I said, I'm still learning a whole lot, but I hope that this can be a great like kind of learning community. Really see and appreciate all that Japanese food and cooking and culture has to offer. And by no means am I an expert. I don't claim to be like Japanese or anything. This is just like everything that I have learned in my experiences, and I hope to just show y'all that, I mean, you can learn as well. Anyways, I have rambled way too long, and I can hear that my kids are not taking a nap, but at least they've been kind of quiet, so that's great. Also, my washing machine is now done, and so I need to go do what I gotta do. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and please follow me on KL Bentos on Instagram. You can also follow me on K&L Bentos on Facebook, and you can subscribe to this channel. I have so many plans. It's just holidays and finding the time to do it, but I'm definitely, a lot is in the works. So, oh yeah, and also if you are interested in what bento goods I do have available now on Etsy, go check out K&L Bentos on Etsy as well. So all of the links will be in the description box below. That's where the description box still is, right? This has been a long time. Anyways, bye guys.